Hello and welcome back to the Brave podcast, Doing Travel Differently. I'm Faye, founder of The Brave, which is a small movement working to unite exceptional travel businesses and travellers who believe in doing good, doing no harm, and doing travel differently. In our first 3 episodes, we've explored what ethical travel is, why it matters for travellers, and how it benefits communities and destinations. And today we turn to the 4th piece of that puzzle, the industry itself. Because if tourism is to be sustainable, every business, whether they're a global tour operator or a family-run guest house, have a role to play. There's good news in this, that acting responsibly isn't just the right thing to do, it's also very good business sense. Let's consider the changing landscape of tourism. We can note that the industry is evolving faster than ever. Travellers are demanding things like transparency, authenticity, and ethics, becoming ever more important to them. The post-pandemic world has really reshaped our expectations, and people want experiences that contribute and not just consume. Those that adapt, understand, and adopt this perspective seem to be thriving. In Costa Rica, for example, an early national commitment to ecotourism has helped transform the country into one of the world's most successful sustainable travel destinations. Today, tourism contributes over 6% of GDP whilst protecting 25% of its land as national parks. Our advice for business is to listen to these shifting traveller values, as they're your new market indicators. Build ethics into your product design, not just your marketing. If we consider purpose as a business strategy, and that responsible tourism isn't just philanthropy, it is strategy. Travellers are increasingly seen to be choosing brands that are aligned with their values. If we think of Booking.com's 2024 sustainability report, one of its findings were that 73% of travellers prefer accommodation with visible social or environmental practices. And companies that integrate their purpose build trust, and trust builds loyalty. If we take the Nani in Bhaktapur, Nepal, for example, by regenerating traditional architecture and employing local craftspeople, they've created a boutique hotel that's also a heritage preservation project. The result has been consistently high occupancy, glowing reviews, and a guest base that truly feels part of something. Our advice for industry is to define your why. When your values lead, marketing becomes storytelling, not spin. If we take a look at building resilience through local partnerships, the pandemic has revealed a painful truth that if we over-rely on global supply chains and mass tourism, it can make businesses very vulnerable. Sustainable operations that are grounded in local partnerships seem to recover faster, may even bounce back better. In India, brave advocates like Rising Dust Adventures and Route on Wheels built resilience precisely this way. Their community networks meant that even when borders closed, their local teams continued to work on trail maintenance, training, and product innovation. And so when travel resumed, they were ready and they were trusted. In other parts of the world, Kenya, for example, community conservancies like Old Pajeta have diversified tourism income through wildlife protection and carbon offset projects, providing a steady revenue for hundreds of families. Our advice for industry is to invest in your supply chain, work with nearby producers, farmers, guests and artists. Local relationships can outlast global shocks, but they do require time and effort to be invested in. Let's link innovation and sustainability now. The shift to responsibility also is driving innovation. In Patagonia, rewilding tourism funds ecosystem restoration, with travellers participating in citizen science projects. In Iceland, geothermal hotels use renewable energy for heating and power. In Japan, Royal Ryokans have revived by offering cultural apprenticeships in tea making, calligraphy, forest bathing, turning traditions into education. At the Brave Stays, we see innovation in small ways. The use of solar energy, water harvesting, ethical sourcing, zero commission direct bookings that will keep income with the hosts. Our advice for industry is to look for circular solutions, seek them out. Waste becoming a resource, energy becoming learning. If innovation doesn't have to be high tech, it does need to be high thought. We can't underplay the importance nowadays of accountability and transparency. For years, the words eco and sustainable were buzzwords, but very easily misused. Nowadays, transparency separates genuine leaders from greenwashers. Certification can help improve accountability and ratify the claims that are made by businesses. Schemes like B Corp, Earth Check or Travel Life all set standards, but it's really important, as well as talking the talk, to walk the walk, and clear communication matters most. Travellers don't expect perfection, but they rightly do expect honesty. So share your challenges as well as your achievements. The Prakriti Resort openly discusses its waste management struggles and challenges, but at the same time talks about the local solutions that it's testing, and that type of honesty builds credibility. Our advice for industry is to publish an annual impact summary, even a simple one. Invite your guests and staff to contribute ideas for improvement. Let's emphasise collaboration over competition as well. Responsible tourism thrives on cooperation. When businesses share ideas, entire destinations can improve. In Slovenia, for example, the Green Scheme of Slovenian Tourism certifies and connects hotels, restaurants and attractions under one national sustainability label. The result is coordinated marketing, higher visitor satisfaction, and less environmental pressure. The SunX Malta Climate-Friendly Travel Registrar is a platform for travel and tourism companies and communities to develop and publicly list their sustainability and climate action plans, aligned with the UNFCCC framework to achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2050. Managed by SunX Malta, this scheme provides guidance, support, publicity, recognition for its members that are committed to achieving Paris targets and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And that very same spirit drives the Brave Advocates, which is a network built on shared values, collective learning, mutual support rather than rivalry. In fact, one of the core values of the Brave is collaboration over competition. We truly believe that travel service providers who share the same value set as the Brave, in that they are not solely motivated by profit, but by a desire to design and offer exceptional and life-changing experiences for guests in a way that respects the destination, the community and the environment, and seeks a win-win for all, should come together. We all do things in our own unique ways, and we should all celebrate and lift each other up as we have something unique and wonderful to contribute to this industry, and our aspirations to do travel differently, do it better. So our advice for industry is partner with your peers. Collaboration amplifies impact and cuts costs. A shared recycling scheme or local food network can serve dozens of businesses. Collaborate with like-minded others, share knowledge, champion, lift others up, and celebrate doing good. Let's take the long view, sustainability as legacy. Ultimately, responsible tourism matters to the industry because it safeguards its own future. Without thriving communities, preserved landscapes and satisfied travellers, there is no tourism. Adopting responsible practices isn't a cost, it's an investment in longevity. So whether you're running a 5-room guest house, a festival, a ferry company, start small. Audit your supply chain. Set measurable goals. Train your team to see sustainability as service excellence. And when you do, you're not just running a business, you're shaping the future of travel. So thank you very much for joining me for this episode of the Brave podcast, Doing Travel Differently. If you're interested in becoming one of our Brave advocates and being mentioned in future episodes, please do get in touch if you feel that you are a values-aligned organisation. Next week, we're going to look inward at the Brave vision itself and introduce the people and the places at the heart of our movement, the Brave Stays and our Brave Advocates. Until then, travel bravely, act kindly, and remember the future of tourism depends upon how bravely we choose to change today.